George Eliot once said, "Never judge a book by its cover." And that's exactly what we're going to be doing today. Every spring anime of 2022 that I bothered watching will now be ranked by its first episode, unless it's a season 2 release, with the exceptions of the ones I've already seen. Let's start with number 19, the bottom of the barrel. The lowest of the low, the Sakuras of waifus. Don't Hurt My Healer. This anime is about, I'm gonna be honest, just like Zoro, I kind of erased it from my mind. Basically, there's healers and adventurers. They must team up to form a party. This is protagonist, and I'm not just saying that because I forgot his name. The anime begins with protagonist fighting a bear. And here's my first problem of the anime. Why is it not using his paws to punch him? Oh, thank you. This is Carla, and everyone hates her in the comment section. Jesus Christ, these people are cutthroat. Why does everyone hate her? Well, she has a god complex and puts a curse on the main protagonist. That makes it impossible for him to leave her. I didn't necessarily hate the character, but I didn't like her. So we have bland characters, unlikable characters, bad pacing. I don't even know the plot of the first episode, but at least this bear was alright. Number 18, The Dawn of the Witch. This anime had a very strong start that left me curious about the world. Unfortunately, the plot didn't hook me, and just like the protagonist, I don't even remember what happened. Basically, this character who has no memory except his time at the school, he's forced to go on a journey so that he can retain his current memories.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
It has the most generic characters of all time. The 100-year-old lolly, the top-of-the-class smart girl who makes up what the lolly lacks, the mysterious protagonist who doesn't know his past. Pretty sure this is Hogwarts. Just to prove how generic these characters are, the headmaster's name is Albus. Number 17, we have another healer anime. This time with a more interesting name, Healer Girl. I actually didn't hate this anime. It had quite a unique storyline. To put it in simple terms, the doctors of this world heal people through music. Whoa, man, you mean like spiritual healing of the soul? No, I mean magical music that actually heals. Wait, is this just regular magic? Say an incantation and magic happens? This is just magic in A minor. Oh, also there's still regular doctors, because not everyone can Ariana Grande this shit. Upon further inspection, it appears that all of these girls have gotten their hairstyles from TikTok. Why do they all have hair dyed 2 different colors? At the end of the day, while the characters are decent, the plot as a whole is rather uninteresting. Number 16, Skeleton Knight in Another World. First off, I highly recommend not watching this in your living room, like I decided to do. Because it starts off with an unwanted physical contact scene. Grape without the G, if you get what I mean. I had to double check to make sure I wasn't on the wrong website. I didn't expect to watch another episode of Goblin Slayer when I started this anime. And I'm just gonna come out and say it. They full on copied Overlord. And they didn't even try to hide it. I will now list the similarities for you. Main character locked inside of a game. Main character is a skeleton. This odd looking overpowered armor. Overpowered character who has maxed out the game. Name that starts with an A. This anime has a high rating, but I honestly just don't like the characters, and there's no real goal after the first episode. One of the things that really bothered me was when one of the guild dudes was like, "Hey man, you forgot the runestone." And Ark was all confused like, "What is that?" But you have max level gear, and you have played this game more times than Biden has forgotten his lines. And you don't know what a runestone is? Also, because he was not isekai'd by Truck-kun, this anime lost all chances of cracking the top 10. Number 15. Mahjong Soul Pon. I'd like to start by saying I'm a simple man who enjoys simple things. Each episode of this anime is only 1 minute and 30 seconds, but they may be the best 1 minute and 30 seconds of my life.
Stop it. Get some help.
Okay, I kind of walked into that one. I mean, look at this. They threw Truck-kun at them to get isekai'd. The whole thing was an April Fool's joke. It's just sporadic, dumb humor. Number 14, Miss Shachiku and the Little Baby Ghost. Is an anime about Miss Shachiku and a little baby ghost. Number 13, I'm just kidding. It's about a woman who's forced to work very late due to having a boss that essentially wants her to solve the Ukraine crisis overnight. However, this adorable little ghost wants to scare her off because she's concerned for her. I don't know about you guys, but if I hear this, I'm going straight home. This anime has the cutest little ghost, so I can see why people enjoy it. It's super cute and makes you go, aww, but that's about it. I'm not really interested in the next episode, but I would watch it as an unwinding anime. Number 13, Trapped in a Dating Sim. The world of Otome games is tough for mobs. So basically, the protagonist was forced to play a dating sim for his sister, because she wants... I'm sorry, what? But at least he knows that the dating sim is garbage. I mean, who plays a dating sim? With his great mission completed, he dies by stairs? What is this, One Piece? He's now isekai'd into a world where women have all the power. Out of fear for my own safety, I have decided not to make this joke. Thank you for your time. At least this anime is unique though. Getting put into a dating sim where he's a literal mob character. I think it has potential. Not a lot, but it has some potential. Number 12, Birdie Wing Golf Girl's Story. This anime probably made one of the most uninteresting sports to watch into a decent anime. This will be the only women's sports that I'll be watching. I think that the characters are actually interesting and well written in the first episode, and the animation is surprisingly pretty good. However, there's one rather large problem. Just like a golf course, this plot has a lot of holes. For example, she desperately needs money to help her family, but in like 30 minutes she made 6,000 euros, which is $6,500, and then she makes 2,000 euros the next day. I just don't understand how they can't afford a place with $9,000 in 2 days. She also impersonated a famous golfer at an event, so they probably paid her like a lot of money. I'm not sure what they spend all their money on. And when the police comes to collect money because she's not supposed to be living there, she gives them 6,000 euros instead of like not doing that and renting a house. Also, I get it's an anime, but did the golf ball really have to break this branch off? It could have perfectly gone through the tree and I would have been like, wow, but now it just bothers me. Number 11, the greatest demon lord is reborn as a typical nobody. I miss old anime titles that weren't this. I will not lie though, this man does what nobody else does in an isekai. He reincarnates himself, because why not? So he's reborn as a typical nobody, and just like Komi, he wants to make friends but he doesn't know how. I will say the first episode is completely unbearable. I mean, who names their kid Ard? He's just an annoying character who's trying to make friends. I will say that the ending did hook me, and that the character does get a little less annoying. Number 10, heroines run the show. Let's start by saying that these eyebrows will bother me till the end of time. This is the heroine, and she went to Tokyo to go to school, and she's a runner, she's a track star. Which is why her broke family let her go to this school. But she runs into 2 pop idols at her school and somehow sits between them. That's convenient! But her family is going through problems with money, and she decides to get a job to help them, and somehow lands a job as their assistant manager. That's also convenient. Yes. I think this anime is decent because she's a good character, a bit annoying at times, but she's a good person. I'm also interested to see how this anime continues. I feel like a schoolgirl kicking her feet on the bed wondering which guy she'll pick. Number 9. Rising of the Shield Hero Season 2. I know that this is going to shock a lot of people, but honestly, the first episode of the anime sucked. I loved Rising of the Shield Hero Season 1. I binge watched it with no concern for my college finals the next day, but this just kind of feels repetitive. The heroes are fighting and can't get along, so they won't be able to solve the problem probably until the end of the season. It disregards the hard work of the first season. I also don't care for this green-haired character and some turtle. I know that the anime is going to get better because it's Rising of the Shield Hero, but this first episode was not it. Number 8, Shikimori's not just a cutie. This is probably going to be my most controversial opinion, but I don't think this anime is that great. And just like that, everyone has clicked off my video. I will say I understand why people like Shikimori as a character, and that's fine. My problem is that I don't like Izumi. I don't think he's all that great of a character. The problem is that he has to be that way so that she can be like that. Izumi is cursed with being very unlucky, so he's constantly saved by...
Oh my.
Lunar decided to stand in the middle of the road, waiting for a truck to almost hit him to be saved by a woman. He was not saved by a woman. I don't know, he just kind of feels like a bitch and a pick-me. I guess because all those things they said about me was true. Defend yourself, man. On the other hand, I think that Shikimori is an amazing character for the yandere that she is. I also can't get over how much his best friend looks like Bakugo. This is second episode Lunar here, and my opinion hasn't changed. I think it's funny that this is an unlucky woman in anime, and this is an unlucky man. I would rather have my clothes fall off than have a truck hit my house. Number 7, Love After World Domination. There's no way this is real right now. This is the Power Rangers. There's no way around it. This is all about the forbidden love between Red Ranger, also known as Gelato, and the Reaper Princess, a member of an evil organization. I think they did a great job for the character design for Desumi, but they did my man dirty. What are these face animations? Did they use all the budget on the women? Anyways, this basically follows the forbidden romance between the two, and I live for it. It just leads to so many funny situations. I may get sick of it eventually, but from only watching one episode, I really enjoyed it. Number 6, Aoshi. I'm just gonna come out and say it. I don't like sports anime, but this anime actually had me interested. I like the main character, even though he looks a lot like Baki. Most people would find his confident attitude annoying, but I don't really mind it at all. I think a lot of that came from the moment where somebody badmouthed his mother. A trope I absolutely hate is when a character does nothing and decides just to walk away when people say things like that. Is it the right thing to do? Absolutely. But would I rather see them beat the crap out of them? Absolutely. The story after the first episode is solid, so I have high expectations for this anime. Number 5. This is where it really starts to get good. This is the meat and potatoes of the list that I recommend watching. Aharen-San wa haka wa wa wa. I could try for a million years, but I'm never gonna get that title right. I think that this is a really cute anime that follows the friendship of Kaido, King of the Beasts. Wait, no, this is a different Kaido. And Aharen. Aharen speaks very quietly, so most people don't hear her. And yes, I will point out that it is kind of similar to Komi Can't Communicate. It shows something that you don't see in many animes. The overbearing character trait. Sure, you have it, but those characters really don't care about being overbearing. So it made this anime a bit original. It also has a lot of great funny moments, so I'll probably binge watch it all when the episodes come out later. Okay, Future Lunar here, I take everything back I said, this anime is phenomenal. So I watched episode 3 and they included this bit about YouTube. Totally irrelevant, but I was dying. He was like me when I post a video. I wonder if it's gonna go viral, and then it gets 1 view. Oh man. Number 4, Komi Can't Communicate Season 2. Komi Can't Communicate Season 1 was already phenomenal, but the first episode of this anime was amazing, especially the first part. I loved the new character that was introduced. A guy who's misunderstood as a thug had me deceased. The animation for the season also looks like it improved a bit. Oh, and by the way, if the pretty girl in class is not talking to you, it's not because she has a communication disorder. Number 3, Kaguya-sama Love is War Season 2. That's right, Love is War and back, and it came back with an absolute banger of an episode. What makes this anime so amazing is that it puts small relatable moments into whole episodes. For example, they have a whole segment dedicated to the red message feature on phones. I was one of those idiots like Kaguya that didn't know about this feature when I first got a phone. And I left all my friends on red and said I just never saw the message. Now I no longer have friends. Number 2, Daimon Recipe for Happiness. It is such a shame nobody's talking about this amazing show. I only watched 1 episode of this anime, and it was already so amazing. It's about Yukihara, who returns home after pursuing a career as a musician for 10 years to run the family business. However, the father already decided that he's gonna hand down the restaurant to an abandoned girl they took in years ago. In just 1 episode, it dives so deep into the trauma from this child, and I was really caught off guard because I just watched some garbage anime before this. The main character is also phenomenal. He has trauma too, but he never gets upset, and he's just a good guy. It's true, I've only seen 1 episode, but the first episode was done so well. Everybody knew this was coming. Spy X Family has the best first episode of all the spring animes of 2022. In fact, I made a whole episode about it, so I'm not going to talk about it very long. It's kind of funny how my top 2 of the list explore fatherless children and their desire for a family, but I guess it's just hitting the ideal audience. Alright, I'm gonna go to my room and cry now. Hello, Outro Lunar here. Click here if you want to see my channel. Click over here if you want to see my most recent video. Click over here if you want to see the recommended video. Alright, bye.